Alright guys, what we've done so far is cut this 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch dado by first measuring the thickness or referencing the thickness of this board from the distance from here to here. Then we cut this 3/4 inch deep dado by first referencing the thickness of this to get our depth, and then we also reference the distance from here to here to get our distance from here to here. Next, we're going to cut this dado. It has to go right here, and the depth of that will be equal to the distance from here to here, and the width of this dado is obviously the thickness of here to here. Alright, now you can see we got our tongue fitting nice in our groove here. Now what needs to happen is this here needs to be trimmed to length so that it fits in there and that this can come all the way in. But we also have to cut our miters, which will be right here and here. And I think what I'll do is I'll cut these miters first. That way there we can gum all the way in and creep up on this line to make sure that we have a nice tight fit. So I'll go ahead and cut these miters next. So I got my miters cut now and it looks like they'll line up alright. My last cut is to cut this piece here off. Now we know that the distance from here to here has to equal the distance from here to here. So I'm just going to measure that out and mark it and then just inch up on it until I get a perfect fit. I'll just make sure to stay on this side of the line and just keep inching up on this until I get a good fit. Alright guys, so that's a pretty cool joint. It was pretty fun to make. I just don't know how practical it is because the level of difficulty is pretty high and it's not really all that visible. Like the only place I could really see where this would be useful is if you're using like contrasted wood on something where you would see it from the top part of the joint. But other than that, there's just easier ways to strengthen a miter than doing it this way. But I still enjoyed doing it and it was good practice for accuracy on the table saw if nothing else. So anyways, I'll give you a close look at how my joint turned out. So I'm pretty happy with the results, but like I say, it took me 3 tries to get this, I think. And so now that I got it, I could probably do it again pretty easily, but it was still a fair amount of work. So I would only do a joint like this if you could see it from the top, that's for sure.